So hello everyone, my name is Rasdev Shah and today we are discussing about the method study technique in operation management. So let us consider the first contents whatever we discuss in this today's section. First one is introduction to method study. Then we discuss about the techniques and tools in method study. And then after that we move ahead to applications and benefits. Okay. So let's discuss about the introduction to method study. So let us, before going to deep in depth of this particular part, first we have to understand the definition and purpose of the kind of method study used in the operation management. The first one is understanding method study. It means the method study involves analyzing the work process to find more efficient and effective ways to perform tasks. It means the kind of performing are happening in each and every sector that should be in a process or which should be must be in an efficient or effective manner. So all these things should be controlled and can be evaluated by a method study. Second one is goals of method study. The main goal including improving the productivity, reducing waste, and enhancing the quality of work. It means the kind of method study is used for the to achieve the goals related to the kind of activities when we are processing something of manufacturing industry. There you have to more giving more importance on the part of productivity, reducing the waste material, whatever be generated during the production of the product, and enhancing the quality of that product during the particular process. Next, third is important in various fields. So, method study is crucial in industries like manufacturing, healthcare, and education, and all are important for the purpose of optimizing the workflows and resources within the organization. Moving ahead to the historical background, so over a time, over the decades, method study has evolved to incorporate technology and ergonisms adapting to modern work environments. And the contributors like the pianos like Frederick Taylor and Frank Gilbert introduced time and motion studies that laid the foundation for method study. And the development of that is originated during the Industrial Revolution to increase factor efficiency through systematic work analysis. Then our next slide is techniques and tools that use in the method study. So basically the process analysis in the part we are mostly for the analyzing of the method we are can assuming and go for the flow charts and diagram which is mainly a visual representation that may out the sequence of steps in a process to identify areas or for the improvement of the streamline workflows. And then time study is used for the measuring the time taken to complete each task or operation. Okay, to establish standards or improve efficiency. It means it can considering or measuring the time taken from step 1 to step 2, step 2 to step 3 like that, and how during this process the operation how much the efficiency and effectivity are increasing, either it is establishing the standard or not, or is that the product quality is improved or not. So within the how much time it will be happening, all these things should be measured. And motion study is analyzing body movement involved in tasks to eliminate unnecessary motions and increase the productivity. Like then the recording and measurement, which is comes under the that part of recording and measurement and sampling method. This both comes under the data collections method. It means we are collecting the data during the kind of operations. Okay, using tools and instruments to document data prescribably for the further analysis and decision making. Like that sampling method is selecting representative subsets from a population or process to collect data efficiently and reduce efforts. Moving ahead to the next part, that is the applications and benefit. So the first advantage is start using work method in the each and every organization. The first benefit is identifying the waste. So at that time we can learn how to recognize and eliminate the unnecessary activities that slow down the work process and saving the time and resources. By that, what we can achieve that at that time, the any kind of unnecessary activities which is taking or consuming the more time during the process of any production of any product can be reduced by identifying the waste. Okay, so that we can eliminate the or unnecessary things and activities so that our work process should be in a faster manner. Then streamline process that is understanding the techniques to simplify and organize tasks to smoother, faster competition with fewer errors. Enhancing productivity means the explore methods to boost output by optimizing important tasks and minimize distractions. So basically the part is to focusing on enhancing the productivity during the process of the production and by exploring more methods that puts more that can boost the output. Okay, based on this important task where the most of the assemblies and the works is happening on that part on that step, so that the minimization of that distraction part be in behaving of the long process that will be in a short term as well as which can also be uh, helpful for as it's a short kind of work process will be there, so that the enhanceability of that particular product and the production should be in a proper manner. If we go on the educational and career impact, in the skill development part, we can discover the key skills gained through this topic that improve the critical thinking, problem solving, and time management. And for the students itself, if we can talk about, then the real life scenario and case studies that help students to relate concept to every task and project. And career opportunity that identify various job roles and industries where the skills and knowledge from the topic are highly valued. Let's move on to the main part, that's the objective of the method study. So basically it's improve the productivity by finding the better method of work. Second, reduce unnecessary operations and movements. Better utilization of resource, like the resource can be an human resource, machineries, or raw materials. Okay. Then the next is reduce of the production cost, improve the workplace layout and workflow, standardize work procedures, improve safety and reduce worker fatigue, and increase overall efficiency of production system. So this is the main objective of why we are using the method study in each and every assembly or during the kind of production in any kind of organizations or in a manufacturer companies. Okay. Moving into the steps are used in method study, and you can assume that it is the one of the important concept in the part of method study, and in the exam also that questions may come from this part. So the method are divided into six parts. So you can go for the sequential. Then the first comes with the select, then second record, third is examine, then fourth is develop, then install, then maintain. So moving ahead to the select and discussing the part of select process in this step, method study can be applied to every work or operations which is performing in the organization, right? So the management has to be focused on the work which is important or where the chances of getting better alternative are high. So there are no rules and regulations given for selecting the work for applying method study. But company can follow these factors, which are one is economic factor, second is technical factor, and third is human factor. So discuss about the economic factor. It means that method study on specific work which is provide any kind of financial benefit to the company itself. Like the circumstances can be high operating cost, maybe more labor cost, more labor hours, or long duration or time taking production process. So these things are the kind of somehow factors affecting by the region of economic of this particular area and excessive of wastage material, right? Like that, if you go for the technical factor, the team must have some technical knowledge to work of method study. Like if a worker are idle, then just buying a new machine will not justifying it. Okay, so companies have to analyze the reason behind it. And human factor is the company should be careful by selecting the job for the method study. The company should discuss it with the workforce of the staff, and if they do not like it, then it should not be selected by the company. And after selecting the problem, the following question should be asked like, is this the right time to solve the problem? Or how much time will it take to solve the problem? What are the limitations that can be faced while solving the problem? And is this study going to provide any financial benefits or not? Then second step is record. So the next step in the meta study is to record the information regarding the job. At that time, all this information should be recorded, and the success of this meta study depends on the quantity or the quality of information we get. So as the quality of this output depends upon the quality of input we given in the same manner, and the development of new method of production completely depends on the quality of the information. So they have some following features like the recording information should be in written format, or the method must be used in a simple way so that ordinary people can also understand that. It should help in determining the sequence of operation, and effort should be made to get formal and informal information. Then most next part is examine. It is done to identify the activities that can simplify the operation process or eliminate the unnecessary activities from that process. It will help to know that action is implemented and how we are implemented at that time, where to implement, when to implement, and who will implement that. So all this examining will be happen so that we can, in the output, we can get the overall knowledge of the unnecessary activities are happening in this part, and we can simply eliminate this. Then fourth part is developed. So in the examination, various alternatives are examined. And in the developing stage, best from them is chosen. So some factors need to keep in mind like the cost involved, productivity ratio, training time, maintenance cost, like that. So after developing the method, prior approval of top management is required before the implementations. Next is install. So the most challenging step in this method study is the installing part. So it is the process in which a plan is turned into action. A proper understanding and support of all levels of management are required for the proper implementation of the plan. So the new plan needs to be explained in such a manner that everyone becomes aware of it. And next part is maintain. So the management should check that plan is implemented properly or not. Proper motivations and monitoring of employees are required that they do not go back their old ways of doing the work. If the shortcomings are there, then proper step to be taken to correct or solve them. So the tools and techniques of method study is like process chart, flow diagram, string diagrams, motion study, okay, workplace layout analysis, and micro motion study. Now the advantage is as we discussed before as well, it can be improving the productivity as well as providing lower production cost, better utilization of resources, reduce the work fatigue, and improve workplace safety. Also as well as the standardization of work. Moving ahead to the problem one, where we can go for some of the numerical things. So here we have to calculate standard time. So just go with a question that a worker takes 6 minutes to complete a task and the performance rating is 120% and allowance are 10%. So how can we calculate a standard time? So in the step one, we can go for the normal time, which is calculated by multiplication of observed times and rating. It means it can say observed time is 6 minutes and rating is 1.20. Okay. So in the normal time, we can get the output of 7.2 minutes. And after the calculation of normal time, we can go for the standard time where it can be calculated as the multiplication of normal times and we can add a 1 with the allowance. It means the allowance is 10%, which can we consider as a 0.10, and the normal time we get in this step 1 that is 7.2. So as in the answer, we can get the standard time is 7.92 minutes. Similarly, move to the problem 2 where we have to calculate the productivity of the particular product. Okay, so expect produces 500 units and by using 20 workers working for 8 hours per day. So find the productivity of labor per worker per hour. So the solution is that we can calculate the total labor hour first, which is the simply of 20 workers of 8 hours per day. It means per day is working hours is total. If we count minutes, 160 hours. Then the productivity can be calculated. The total output divided by the labor hour. It means the output is 500 unit of production and divided by the 160. It means the productivity is 3.125 units per hour. Next, move to the problem 3 where we can calculate the cycle time. So there are kind of 4 elements, that is A, B, C, D, and time taken for each element is like 2, 3, 4, 1. So let's move it to the solution that cycle time is equal to the sum of all element time. So cycle time is equal to, if we can go to the question, that is the time is 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 1 and the answer is 10 minutes. In the problem 4 we learn how to measurement of work. So move it to a question that a worker is observed for 5 cycles with the times like 8, 9, 7, 8, 8. Okay. So performance rating is 110%, allowance is 15%. So you have to find out the standard time. And the solution for that is have to identify the average observed time, like average of that if you can count it will be like 8, 9, 7, 8, 8. We can add all these 5 digits and we can divide it by the 5 so that at the average we get the 8 minutes. And then a calculation go for the normal time, which can be counted as which can be calculated as a multiplication of the average with the performance rating. That is 1.10. That's in the question is given 110%. And answer you get as a normal time is 8.8 minutes. Like that, if we go for the standard time, then it will be calculated of the multiplication of normal time into 1 plus allowance, which is 15%. So the answer we get as a standard time is 10.12 minutes. Next problem is productivity improvement. So the question is before method improvement, output is 400 unit and worker is 10. And after improvement, the output is 520 unit and workers are 10. So now find out the percentage of productivity. So before the productivity, if we go for the solution, it is like we can simply divide the output divided by the workers, which is 40 units per worker. And after the productivity, if we calculate in the same manner, then we get as the 52 units per worker. So the improvement is, if you can subtract that, we get the 12 unit of the improvement. So percentage of the improvement, it means the 12 divided by the 40 and 200. By doing this, we can get 30% of the improvement is happening here. Then in the problem 6, we calculate the normal time. That is the question is the observed time is 5 minutes and performance So in the normal time also we already completed previously. That is question is simply of the observed time with the rating part, which can get the answer, that is 4.5 minutes. Now our the last problem, that is the problem number 7, to calculate the standard time. So standard time with allowance and normal time is 6 minutes and allowance is 20%. So you have to find the standard time. So standard time, I think the previous we already doing this kind of numericals, that is simply the multiplication of normal time with the addition of 1 plus allowance. Okay. So the standard time is 6 is given, and sorry, the normal time is given 6 minutes, and allowance is 20%, that we can consider as a 0.20 here. And if we multiply this with 6 into 1.20, then we get the answer is 7.2 minutes. So this is the all things we somehow discuss about the kind of method study during the operation of any kind of product. So I hope you guys understood all these things, and do watch briefly and practicing these things, because this is one of the most important part in your subject of operation management. Okay. So till now, this much we have discussed in this class. So we later on we discuss the further study topics in our upcoming classes.